ZEMS hardwire sensor flush valves are made up of the flush valve body, side-mounted ZEMS actuator assembly, wall-mounted sensor assembly, trim plate, stop valve, and all the required mounting hardware. Today, we'll go troubleshoot the top 8 problems maintenance pros experience and the corrective measures you can take to ensure your flush valve is functioning properly. Short on time? Skip ahead to the problem that pertains to your situation and come back anytime. All right, let's dive right into our first fix. The sensor won't activate. So, the flush valve won't activate. There are 2 likely reasons for this. Either the sensor isn't recognizing the user or the power supply is disrupted. First, make sure the sensor works. Press the electronic override button to see if the LED lights up. After that, position a target in front of the sensor, and the LED should light up again. If the LED does not light when you press the electronic override button, confirm the power supply. Use a voltmeter to measure the voltage at the P6000 HW6 transformer. You're looking for 7.5 to 9 volts DC. If it's not within this range, schedule a professional electrician to replace the P6000 HW6. Let's say the power supply matched the voltage range. Try resetting the sensor range as your next remedy. Find a target to test the sensor. We recommend brown cardboard around 16 by 16 inches. Press and hold the sensor button for 10 seconds, or until the LED turns solid. The unit will blink 4 times and flush once while the sensor button is being held. Release your finger after the LED turns solid. When the LED starts blinking, press and hold the sensor button. Release your finger once the LED turns solid once again. Next, set the target. This should be no less than 16 inches from the sensor face. Double check that no other objects are in view of the sensor face. Keep the target steady. The sensor will blink while calibrating. After 30 seconds, calibration ends. You'll either see the LED blink quickly 2 times, or the LED will be solid for 5 seconds. A solid LED will require calibration again. Problem 2. It keeps flushing. The flush valve keeps activating. Chances are, the power supply's DC output power level is less than 7.5 volts DC. Bring in a professional electrician to upgrade or replace the P6000 HW6 power supply. Problem 3. No operation whatsoever. The flush valve won't operate whatsoever. Several causes come into play for this problem. Most commonly, the stop valve is completely closed. The stop valve is this component right here. Remove the cap with an Allen wrench. Turn the adjustment screw clockwise with a flat screwdriver to close the valve. Keep turning until you can't anymore. This will ensure no water flows through. You turn the screw counterclockwise to open the valve. If that doesn't do the trick, confirm that you have adequate water supply. Next option, verify the power supply output voltage is between 7.5 and 9 volts DC, which we outlined in problem 1. The 4th cause to examine is a dirty sensor lens. Clean the lens with mild soapy water and a soft cloth. Also, make sure the sensor isn't picking up a reflective object, like a mirror or stainless steel material. If none of these pan out, recalibrate the sensor, which we covered during problem 1. Still no luck? Vandalism could be to blame. To do its job, the infrared sensor performs exposed. Replace the infrared sensor if it looks scratched from excessive wear or it's completely damaged by a user. Same goes for the sensor fault. It may need to be swapped out. Problem 4. There's not enough water to the flush valve. Not having enough water flow to the fixture is also called short flushing. This problem lives up to its name. Basically, not enough water volume is reaching the fixture to properly evacuate the bowl. Here's what to check. First, verify that the water stop valve is fully open. Let's say it's open and still short flushing. Before the next steps, close the stop valve and turn off the water supply. Now, you can open the valve body to check the internal parts. Urinal trip mechanisms are color-coded black. For this water closet, it should be white. Third, confirm the flush volume rating of the fixture. Verify the diaphragm kit matches the rating of the fixture. When in doubt, contact ZERN Customer Care. Fourth, survey the diaphragm kit to confirm the orifice is in place and not dislodged. Finally, verify that the running water pressure is between 25 and 80 psi. Running water pressure lower than 25 psi will not supply enough volume for proper operation. The system keeps flushing and flushing, or won't shut off at all. Here's what you can do for continuous flow. Usually, the bypass orifice is plugged. See this green or black dot? That's the orifice. Color is designated for volume rate of the kit. I'm holding a single bypass version. Zern also has a triple bypass version. For that version, the orifice is located right about here in the outer circumference. See here? There's a hole within the orifice. Water flows through this hole. This can fill up with debris or calcium. The smaller the hole, the longer it takes to refill the upper chamber to close the flush. You can clean out the orifice with compressed air, hot water, or by pushing a small diameter wire through the hole. Use caution not to enlarge the hole in the orifice, as it could cause a short flush. Next, check for foreign material that could prevent the trip mechanism from seating properly. Remove the cap and the inner blue diaphragm cap. Remove the trip unit. This is the trip mechanism. This is the seat. Any buildup of material and it will not seat properly, which affects operation. Remove any material and wipe the parts clean using a clean cloth. Lastly, check the line pressure. If there's not enough pressure within the inlet supply line, between 25 and 80 psi, it will not seal, and the water will keep going and going. Problem 6. Water splashes out. Water splashes out of the bowl when supply volume is more than necessary, or from lime accumulating within the bowl. Double-check the diaphragm for the volume to ensure it matches the volume of the fixture. Adjust the control stop, or replace the diaphragm with a lower volume kit as needed. Lime or calcium buildup in the vortex or the spreader holes can be rather tricky to remove. You may need to completely replace the fixture. Problem 7. A loud flush. The sound could come from a stop valve, flush valve, the fixture itself, or the piping. For the stop valve, use a flathead screwdriver to adjust clockwise ever so slightly. You want to be careful to keep the pressure just high enough for one flush so you can continue conserving water. If the noise is coming from the flush valve, but adjusting the water stop didn't help, replace the diaphragm with Zern's low noise diaphragm kit. Now, what if the flush valve isn't the problem? Check whether it's the fixture itself by replacing a cover over the bowl opening, separating the valve noise from the bowl noise. If the bowl is the source, contact the manufacturer. High pressure within the piping can be controlled by the stop valve. Otherwise, you're looking at loose pipes, improper pipes, or the absence of air chambers or shock arrestors. These issues will all require a building engineer. Problem 8. Ghost activation. It's not as elusive as it sounds. In fact, we already covered these troubleshooting tips. Here's what you can do. Check the sensor lens first to see if it's dirty. If it is dirty, wipe it clean. The sensor could be picking up an object in the stall area. If the range is too long, try recalibrating the system, as covered during problem 1. Finally, make sure the DC voltage is between 7.5 and 9 volts DC. If there is a malfunction in the power supply, replace it with a new Zern power converter. And that's it for the 8 problems. Thank you for troubleshooting with us today. We hope you found it useful. As always, visit zern.com for more product resources.